by more than she'd ever had.
Official weight 143 pounds for Nico Montano.
Sadly, it was 7 pounds over, and the UFC, not surprisingly, immediately cut her, and she never fought again in MMA. All right, so there you go. 10 UFC fighters cut for missing weight. Okay, I'm just trying to report the history here, all right? I wasn't trying to be too harsh on anybody. This is just stuff that happened, all right? Big shout out to Luke Taylor. Thank you for editing this one, Luke. If you appreciate him, guys, want to say thank you. Check out his YouTube channel, Charlie and Luke. They do fun things and fun videos, and he's a fun guy. Thank you all channel members. We appreciate the extra support you guys give us. If you want to join them, guys, get access. Subscribe to the channel membership. Big shout out to Luke Taylor. Thank you for editing this one, Luke. If you appreciate you guys want to say thank you, check out his YouTube channel, Charlie and Luke. They do fun things and fun videos, and he's a fun guy. Thank you all channel members. We appreciate the extra support you guys give us. If you want to join them, guys, subscribe to the channel membership. Big shout out to Luke Taylor. Thank you for editing this one, Luke. If you appreciate you guys want to say thank you, check out his YouTube channel, Charlie and Luke. They do fun things and fun videos, and he's a fun guy. Thank you all channel members. We appreciate the extra support you guys give us. If you want to join them, guys,
What up? What up? We are live, live. Making sure audio look good. Does it? I'm not too sure. It's like good. Oh, a lot to say. All right, maybe. Okay, there we go. There we go. Should put that light right there next time. Got a whole lot to say. Test. Make sure everything sounds good. Test. 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 So everything hooked up with it, it should be. No. Okay. That's going to be a problem. Test. Test. Test.
Test.
Yep. Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
I can't hear you.
Test. Hold on.
What is up with my audio?
It's a speaker. Yep.
What is up with this thing? I cannot hear a thing right now. What the hell is going on? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now I can hear myself coming out of here.
What? Can you hear me though?
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Let me try this. How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've been able to hear you this whole time.
Okay. Well, all right, I'm gonna ditch this headphones. Clearly, they don't want to work today for whatever reason. How you been, man?
Yo, man, blessed and highly favored of the Lord, my guy.
Oh,
As
let
the
me
old
go
saints
on
like to
record so I
say.
don't forget now. Let me go ahead and record this bad boy.
Hey, Google,
There we go.
stop.
There we go. There we go.
Faux show.
There we go, man.
Put on my
Hold
Scott
on.
Summers glasses real quick. You know what I'm saying? Put on the Cyclopses, you know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, right? Well, right now we're live.
Okay, cool.
You can tell when niggas start losing weight because right now they dress like Arye. They got the chest out,
You
showing
know what I'm
more arms
saying?
now. You know what I'm
Show
saying?
the couple chest hairs I got. You know what I'm saying? Ain't many. I got a couple of them though. You know. What's good? What you do, my brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right, man. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Back at it.
Glad to hear it.
It's been a busy ass weekend,
For
you know,
sure.
but we here, man. We here.
For sure. For sure. So are we on where are we streaming from right now? Where are we
Uh,
on?
we're on YouTube Live right now.
Okay, cool. What up,
Yeah.
YouTube folks? How y'all doing? How you living?
Yeah. And
Yo,
good.
shoot, we gotta introduce ourselves, man. We be forgetting because we've been doing this for a minute. You know, the people, everybody don't know who we is, man. I am Arya the King.
And I'm Big G the Bearded One.
This is the Geek Salad Podcast, man. Really, it's just an excuse for me to get up with my homeboy and talk trash like we would in the barbershop about current events, music, TV shows, and the like. I was in the parking lot of Planet Fitness this morning, and there's like a plasma donation center. It's like right across the street from it.
Right.
And I saw like 10 people in line waiting to get into the plasma donation center. And I was just thinking to myself, yo, when I first got let go from the bank, like probably like 11, 12 years ago now,
Mhm.
times it got so crazy. I was like, yo, I'm about to have to donate some plasma. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because bills don't care about if you
Mhm.
putting in 20, 30 applications a day. All they care about is being paid.
Right.
But by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? God is so good, man. I didn't have to donate no plasma. I got another job real quick, and my whole financial outlook turned around, man. So
Yeah.
it was a surreal moment because I was like, yo, that could have been me right there. You know what I'm saying? I could have been trying to get the
Mhm.
hookup at the plasma joint, you know? The vampires almost had me, G.
Listen,
They would have hit me with one of these, like, you know.
yeah. Now, that's real because at one point that was me giving away plasma. I have a permanent mark right here for when I donated plasma. When I first came to Charlotte, I had no job. I thought my job was going, let me be able to move places to Charlotte. It didn't happen. So the first like 2 months, I had no job. So I was doing Grubhub, I was doing DoorDash, I was giving away plasma. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, if you've never been to a plasma donation center, I'm gonna give you the rundown. All right. When you first get there, you get first dibs. You can cut the line because the lines are long as shit just to donate plasma. Where you saw with 10 people outside,
Yeah.
trust me, there's about 20 niggas inside trying to get the money, right? So boom, you go in, you cut the line, you gotta look at this, instructional video. After you do that, they weigh you because depending on how much you weigh, that's how much money you can get. If you're
Okay.
a little bit lighter, the plasma will flow quicker. If you're a big nigga like me, it's gonna take like 2 hours for the plasma to get out of your system. So imagine you're sitting on like a nice truncated bed, right? And you got this needle, big ass needle in your arm. It pumps out blood, brings in blood. That's how the plasma, goes into their big ass ketchup like bottle full of plasma. But dog, I was in that bitch for like just sitting in the bed for like almost 2 hours. So
Wow.
niggas got laptops, tablets, on their phones, whatever, reading books, whatever, And I remember my first deposit was like 150, 200, and then you may get that like the first 3 or 4 times, but after that, you may get like 50, maybe $125. And
Oh,
then
so you get less and less the more that you donate.
right. But this is how
Mm.
they get you though. They be like, oh, so we're going to give you a punch card. If you can come twice a week, at least have like 4 days apart, so your body can like really bring back all that shit, whatever. We
Yeah.
may throw you an extra $50 on top of what's your whatever amount that we give you. So niggas used to plan like, all right, I'm gonna go on Sunday. I'm gonna chill. Then I'm gonna come back on Thursday and then repeat the cycle at that point. It's a hustle, man. But again, but blessings and got a job. I ain't had to do that. At one point, I did it for Christmas, just for the kids, bring in a couple of money, whatever. But I'm I'm happy I don't got to go through that again, because man, whew, boy, it was you used to spend damn near 4 hours. It was like a part-time job
Yeah.
donating plasma.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, man, I'm glad you ain't had to do it, bro, because for niggas like me that was in that predicament, for anybody in general, man, like some people could be in and out. That's why mad niggas go in the morning, like at 7 in the morning, be up at like 8. But if you come later than that, you're in there like damn near the whole entire day, just waiting in line. Matter of fact, when you wait, you gotta stand. So you're like standing for like 2 hours just to get in the
They don't
middle.
let y'all sit down?
Hell nah, no, no,
What?
no.
You won't be relaxed in this joint. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy, man. Yo,
Yeah, man.
shout out to us, man, and shout out to all the mothers and fathers out there that's willing to do whatever it takes
Yeah.
to make sure their kids is good, bro.
Yeah, man.
And like I said,
Yeah, man.
man, had it not been for the grace of God, plasma, whatever. This is where I was at, G. I
Mhm.
was calculating in my head. I was like, okay, Christmas is coming up. I
Right.
ain't got no job. The
Mhm.
kids don't care about that. The bills don't care about that.
True.
I'm gonna have to get like a part-time job at like a Target or something. In fact, I had got the job at Target. I filled out an application. I'm gonna just work here till something else comes along,
Yeah.
something higher paying. And it had got to the point where I was working one job, but it wasn't enough. So I was like, yo, I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to take another part-time job somewhere else. I'm like, yo, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna be working from 9 to 5 and then also have a 5 to 9. So I'm pretty much gonna be working around the clock
Yeah,
and
man.
only sleeping a couple of hours. Like I didn't have to do it, but
Okay.
I was willing to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because your family looking to you. You know,
Exactly. Yep.
family is
Yep.
looking to you, man. That's why when I say yo, and this is no diss to women at all, man. But as a man, they look into you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, women have a very important part that they play. And shout out to the single moms who's doing it by themselves, man. But when you're talking about being in a family unit, they don't want to hear that, you know, I tried. Like,
Right.
nah, you better
Right.
keep us in this house. You better have the everything paid. And they might not come out and say it, but they expect you to make a way. Daddy gonna make a
Hmm.
way,
Hmm.
or there just ain't gonna be no way. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Neo. Neo, I think his last name is like Devisio or something. It's like a business guru. He liked to say it's gotta work or it's gotta work. And I was like, yo,
Mm. Okay.
that's being a father, man.
Okay. I
There
like that.
is no other option. If I gotta get out here and strip off the silk shirt and be a gigolo, the kids is gonna have something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Show off these chest hairs real quick. But I digress.
Niggas losing
But
weight.
gee, what we got on the agenda for the show today,
Look,
man?
man, we got a couple of things going on today. We got to talk about Dame Dash, the infamous interview with the Breakfast Club, and really the fallout coming from that. We got Cardi B, drop her album. Am I'm the drama? Quick answer, yes, you are.
Yes. Hell yeah.
And she's pregnant with infamous City Boy, Stephon Diggs.
Of course
And
she is.
people are kind of getting on her about why are you having babies one after another with another nigga that's infamously Playboy. We may dig into that. Also, of course, we got to talk about one of the biggest news going on right now, the fallout from Charlie Kirk's death. People are being silenced, being fired for talking about it harshly or not harshly. The biggest one is Jimmy Kimmel. Of course, he didn't talk about Kirk's death, but he was criticizing Trump's response to his quote unquote friend's death by talking about the White House renovation, saying how, Trump has the empathy level of a 4-year-old. And then apparently the big word was like, yo, he got to go. And the fallout from that. And what else do we got? And that's it for starters, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. What are your thoughts about Dame Dash going on their Breakfast Club, getting called out by Revolt, getting called out by Cameron, and now suing Cameron?
It's it's kind of like, yo, it's I don't even like using the word cringe, man, but it's really nothing else, no other way to describe it's cringe. The
Right.
whole interview was cringe. I did not even it had its entertaining
Oh yeah.
parts, but
Oh yeah.
overall, the energy in it was whack. And you had three chatty patties doing what chatty patties like to do, which is be petty,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is gossip,
Yeah.
and which is at real catty. Like I hate seeing grown men at catty. Let me tell you why I hate seeing grown men at catty. I hate seeing grown men at catty because my whole thing is masculinity, man. Like nobody's above being a little petty. Like we all got our moments, right? But it's
Mhm.
like Charlemagne and Envy don't like Dame. Dame obviously don't like Charlemagne and Envy.
Mhm.
But yet y'all all are coming together. Charlemagne and Envy are doing the interview because it's going to do numbers, and it did. That thing hit
Of
like a
course.
million views in
Of
like two
course.
days.
Yeah.
Dame is doing it because he wants to promote his products. But you got people taking these shots at each other and being so fake. There was at one point during the interview where Charlemagne was like, "Yo, we always respect you. We got you." Or it might have been Envy. He was like, "We
Mhm.
got you on the pictures. They have murals of different people who have done different things in hip hop or whatever. It's like
Right.
we got you on the wall." I was like, "Envy, just last week when Dame was really super down bad, you made a whole post about how." Dame is always talking about being a boss, blah 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 blah. But now look
Mm,
at him, blah 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 blah. But then in the interview when he actually comes there, you like, hey man, but we do kind of respect some of the stuff that you did though. We got you on the wall. It's just a
right.
lot of fake energy, and it's so draining.
Mm,
It's so
okay.
draining. Like when you're a real person who values authenticity, seeing people be so fake for an hour is draining to you. And that's how
Mm,
it was watching that interview, man. It was draining to my soul
mm,
because clearly all three of y'all don't like each other. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Or at least, the Breakfast Club don't like Dame. Dame don't like the Breakfast Club. But y'all
Right.
here, and I hate that. You know what I'm saying? That being said, now that the fakeness is out the way, the flip part of it, there was some entertainment there.
Oh yeah,
Dame
for
called
sure.
Charlemagne gay, which
Yeah.
it is what it
Throughout.
is.
Hmm.
Charlemagne called Dame broke. DJ Envy was
More than once.
silent for most of the interview. That's kind of what he does. He likes to be quiet and then throw rocks when nobody's looking. It was stupid. Look, Dame is broke. It is what it is. This
Hmm.
man is broke. Maybe not broke by normal people standards, but
Right.
broke by
Rich
millionaires
broke.
standards. That's
Yeah.
why he couldn't pay that tax bill. I think he had a tax bill for like 800,000 or something like that.
Okay.
And he couldn't pay it. He had to sell his assets, file bankruptcy. Nothing wrong with filing bankruptcy. I did it.
Hmm.
And it's what the rich people do. Use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? You can always come back. My credit is over 800. Well, it's not over 800. It's just about 800 now. You can always recover,
Yeah.
but use all the tools that are at your disposal. Overall, I thought the interview was kind of entertaining, but the fakeness of it just like really took me out, man.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on it?
Okay. Wow. You know what? Your take is probably the first I've heard like that. To be honest, to me, on just a pure surface level, I thought it was entertaining. On one side, I do feel bad for Dane because it's like he's doing a lot to tarnish his legacy. Whenever you see Dame, it's always boisterous. It's always, I'm a boss, but y'all not bosses. I'm a boss. You know, like my kids make more than you because they a boss. And it's it's a far cry from what we saw back in the 2000s or the heyday of Rockefeller, right? But now I feel as if he is doing and saying anything, even to the point of lying, just to stay in the limelight of social media or internet fame, just to let people know that he's still that man. It's almost like that high school student who was the famous quarterback in high school. Like he hit his
There you go.
peak, and throughout life, as he gets older, he never has hit anything that high again. So he's constantly going back to that moment where he peaked. It's kind
Mhm.
of like that with Dame Dash, where it feels as if he hasn't really evolved past being petty or calling out people or blaming other people to why he's not as successful that he is or that he should be. It's man, it's it's probably like a case study in there somewhere. I can't really put my thoughts on it just yet.
Yeah.
But aside from that, listen, man, that interview is probably almost as good, maybe better than the first one. Get it? 10 years ago when they had the first interview with Dame Dash.
Which is
That was a
crazy.
decade ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, man, a decade ago, right?
Yeah.
And again, man, like I don't know, man. Like there's something about our black millionaires that some of them age gracefully, but I think in hip hop, our millionaires don't really age well. Besides some outliers like Master P or Jay Diddy before all the bullshit that was going on.
Diddy before
Um,
all the baby oil.
before a lot of things
The
with that
baby
nigga.
oil allegations.
Baby oil being mm, a lot of it, but not all of it, but a lot of it. Yeah, man. Overall though, it was a fascinating, funny interview, but I kind of see behind the veil.
Yeah.
It's more sad for me coming on Dame Dash's part because him being broke, him and
Bro,
Cam
and his
going back
teeth
and
was
forth.
falling out. Like that's the part that really get me. Like, damn, bro. Like, you're not even taking care of your teeth?
Mm.
Your teeth.
I mean, but that could be anything. He's a
It
diabetic,
could, but I
so
feel like
it could be
because
health
okay,
related. You know what I'm saying?
it could, but you gotta take care of yourself, man. You gotta take care of yourself. Like
Yeah.
I will say this, and I think this is part of the reason I say it like this. The main reason why Dame Dash is not in a better place financially is because of Dame Dash.
Hmm.
Who else do you know? Think about all the people you know who have made money and have legacies like in the entertainment industry. Who else
Okay.
has been a part or had a hand in making not one, but two billionaires? He's
Mm.
had a hand in making Jay-Z what Jay-Z
Yeah.
is. How
Yeah.
much he did, how much that hand was, I don't know. But I know
Right.
him and Jay-Z came up together in the
Oh yeah.
industry. So they
Hmm.
had some of the same teachers, some of the same experiences.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jay has learned at least something from Dame.
Oh
If
yeah, for
nothing
sure.
else, he
For
learned
sure.
how to not treat people. He's
Yeah.
learned something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
Kanye comes up with through Rockefeller as a producer and a rapper.
Yep.
Goes on, he's worth billions of dollars now.
Hmm.
Dame Dash is sued for $800,000 and can't even pay the $800,000, which means like either you're not even a one millionaire
Hmm.
or you have significantly less right now than you did 10 or 20 years ago. The common denominator in all of these things is Dame Dash. And I think it speaks volumes the fact that you have not one, but two billionaires that you had a hand in helping them get to where they are. And you got friends who you were their OG coming up, like Cam and Mace. These dudes are multi-millionaires. They
Right.
might not be billionaires, but they're multi-millionaires. But you can't get a couple of $1 million from these people, and you had hands in these guys' careers. You've known them for decades. I think it speaks volumes of people not willing to hand out and give you help when you need it, and it's because the way you treated them. Like it can't be anything else. Like if it's one person or two people, it's an evil industry. It's a cutthroat industry. It's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah,
You
man.
can do right by people, but then they could just screw you over.
Hmm.
But when it's everybody, bro, all the millionaires and nobody's coming to your rescue, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, man. And also a part of the whole Dame Dash fallout, him and Cam, who are both from Harlem, they've been throwing darts at each other for a while now.
It's been some months now.
And ah, and I guess at one point Dame Dash said that he was going to be a chairman of Revolt. So technically he is Cam's boss for for 30 days or whatever the case may be.
Oh, you didn't hear about it?
What's that?
That's vo- this is how sad Dame is right now.
Okay.
After the Breakfast Club interview, where he announced that he was going to be the chairman of Revolt
Mm,
for a period of time, Revolt, the CEO of the company, issued a statement and said that it's not true. He's not even going to be the chairman of Revolt for 30 days. That is completely false. So I don't know if Dame just made the whole thing up
okay.
or if they were just in talks to do it, but Dame jumped the gun and said, "Yeah, I got it. I'm a boss. I'm gonna be blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah." It's not true at all.
And
It's it's sad, bro. It's
oh,
sad. And you know what's really bad? I feel like at any point in time, Dame could have did the same thing that Cameron and Mace is doing right now. Meaning start a podcast. And I think he is starting a podcast now. But he could have done this years ago. Start a
Mhm.
podcast, grow the podcast, reach out to some of your music people, interview them, talk
Yeah,
about stuff, put out the
yeah,
content, and that's another stream of revenue. If
for
nothing
sure.
else, it's a way to freely advertise any of these many projects that Dame had going on, movies, music, whatever. But he don't do that. He didn't do that. Like it seemed like it would be common sense. I don't know how much money Cameron made off his music. I would imagine it ain't that much for real. I don't know this, but it's just my feeling. This man signed a podcast deal for It Is What It Is with Mace that was worth over $10 million. So at the very least, he got $5 million from that podcast deal. He has
Right.
another podcast deal that he just signed a $5 million deal for.
Mhm.
Off rip, in the past 2 years, he's up 10 million just on podcasts.
Mm.
But you telling me Dame couldn't do the same thing?
Shit, man.
It's
Dame
like,
is an
yo, he
entertaining
don't.
character, man. Why not?
He's arrogant and stubborn to the point where
Yeah.
it's costing him money. Like
Mm,
I don't know, man.
mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I guess coming from that, him and Cam are going back and forth. Now he is planning to sue Cameron for, of all things, defamation.
Come
Let that
on,
sink
man.
in for a minute, y'all. He's
Come on.
suing Cameron for defamation.
That's not
Defamation.
Harlem, B.
It's not Harlem, fam. You're right. It ain't Harlem at all. It's really, you're the one putting yourself out in front of the entire internet, the world, in a sense, and you're bringing your troubles to the screens. It don't take too much to know that you're the one causing all of this ruckus,
You're the common
and
denominator in all of this, man. Like,
there you go. There you go. It's simple arithmetic.
mhm.
It's 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 Dame. And again, it's sad because, man, once Rockefeller broke up, every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with Hove, and
Mm.
everything goes back, or people just want to say it's Hove's fault. It's Hove's fault. Hove should be the one to give Dame Dash money so he could be good. But it's like, why would I give a nigga money that's been bashing me for
For
years?
years.
Years.
And publicly bashing you. If
Yes.
you had said something negative about me behind my back and it got back to me, we could have a one-on-one conversation about
Right.
that. If
Right.
your attitude is right, like, you know what, man, I was mad, I was in this bad place. I said it, I own up to it, I
Mhm.
apologize for it. I could respect that. This nigga has been dogging Jay for years. It got to the point, and this is the part that I think is wild too, and then we can like move on.
Mhm.
Last year when Jay was falsely accused by that woman,
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember
Dame
that.
was like, "Well, you know what I'm saying? I think it could be true." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Damn,
Dirty work.
really?
Dirty
Wow!"
work,
Like,
man.
why are you even speaking on this? You have no
Dirty
evidence
work.
one way or the other. Why are you speaking on this? I thought that was wow, them doing
And
that.
and I remember that because Jay-Z was hanging around Puff at that time, he was trying to like insinuate that
Yeah.
whatever is in Ciroc was kind of made people gay at parties, whatever. I'm like, just just lying Dame. Lying Dame. Uh, Look, honestly, man, I don't know if he's doing this out of desperation or if he's doing it to be a character like Charleston White. That's what I'm leaning towards to. Is
I
he's
think so
he's
too.
trying to be kind of like that guy when it comes to being this Dame Dash character, but it ain't looking good for the home team. That's all I got to say
Nah.
about that.
Nope.
That's all I got to say about that. But on to the next bout. Um, Cardi B. Cardi B. Barty. has finally dropped her album after how many years? 7 years. Now,
Crazy.
normally, whenever somebody drops an album like that, it's coming from like a mega superstar, like the artist. But it's Cardi B. People like her. She's funny. She's charming, and there was a lot of mystery about whether or not her album was going to be good or as good as the first one. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not in her demo. I don't bang her shit everywhere I go. But the album is hard. I like her album. It is. It's got a lot of bangers on them. It's not a whole lot of bangers as the first one, but yo, that album is dope. Now, one of the things that come from the album, if I was Offset, I'd be pissed off just slightly, right? Just slightly. She had a baby last year, broke up with him or her and Offset. I guess are either separated or going through a divorce.
Black people don't never actually get a divorce.
There we go.
We just don't rock with each other no more.
Sign the papers.
Which is crazy. Like, just get a divorce,
but she hooks up with Stephon Diggs. And everybody's like, why would you get up with this nigga? This nigga is like infamous, dick him down and see you later. This nigga is like Derek Jeter, like Yankees Derek Jeter famous. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the women. Boom. After the album comes out, like, yo, we're having a baby. In the album, there's a verse that goes like, something, and I'm just gonna, summarize this. She hopes that her baby looks just as beautiful as you. And as a baby daddy, hearing my wife say this about another dude once we just had a baby, I'm like, how long has this shit really been going on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And look, right here is the kicker, which I find hilarious. And let me know if you ever used this line on somebody. The way that he got Cardi B, he was like, yo, I want to help you. Allow me to heal you. Tell me that ain't some infamous fuckboy quote of the year type of shit right there, dog. Come on, man. Come on, man.
This nigga. She fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Like, you gotta like. Listen, bro. I'm gonna take your word on her album being straight, bro. I can't get with.
I like it, man.
Ratchet
I like
rap. I don't like ratchet rap. I like hood.
It's not all ratchet rap though.
It's not rap. It's not.
Of course, you get some of the pussy raps is in there, but it's more braggadocious.
Hate pussy raps.
These bitches, I'm killing these bitches. I'm like, get them, Barty, get them. And there's some street shit towards the end. There's like this is at Bia JT, which she goes in. She goes in. But yeah, man. I think if you like music, it's a good album. It's not terrible. It's a really good album.
I don't like seeing women be overtly aggressive. Like that's a big turn off to me. Like,
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, like
okay.
Not nigga aggressive. You know what I'm saying? This is like I get I get nigga vibes when I don't
She's
like
from the Bronx, man. She's from the Bronx,
bro.
Man.
Like I don't. Any woman who would say something like, "Yo, suck my dick," like we would never be cool.
You're right.
Like that's
a New York thing, though, man.
So unappealing, bro. Like it's, it is what it is. People, you're gonna act the way you're gonna act, but
yeah,
I know what I don't believe in.
What's that?
I don't believe in selective femininity. I think that's stupid. It's like you hear certain women say, and granted, I hate this whole gender war thing. Let me preface what I'm about to say with that. I think it's stupid.
Okay.
Men need women. Some men need to just shut up. Women need men. Some women need to just shut up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
End rant there. But I will say this. Selective femininity is stupid. Because can you imagine a man saying like, okay, I act real feminine, but a straight dude at that.
Hmm.
But I can, I can man it up. I can act masculine for the right woman. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, bro.
Yo.
That is so stupid. It
Mhm.
makes no sense. You can be a woman who is single, who has a career, who is paying all her bills, who's responsible. If she got kids, she's
Mhm.
making sure the kids are taken care of, doing her thing. And you can be like that. You could be a boss without being a nigga.
Okay,
You
I
could
got
do
you.
all of that stuff I just named, but still be sweet,
I
but
got you.
still, be pleasant to be around. Still
Mm.
not be the one always being super loud all the time. Like we know you in the room, even if before we see you, because we hear your loud voice. You
Right.
don't gotta be like that, overly boisterous. You don't gotta be like that to be a boss. You can be a boss and you still could be soft spoken, And then you could cut on if you have to, if it gets to that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people like that's ratchet is your default setting. Like I hate that. I
Okay.
do not like it. You know what I like? I like a little bit of hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the people that's
Yeah.
in the hood, but the hood isn't in them. I feel like when you ratchet, just straight ratchet,
Right.
your blood type is hood. You know what I'm saying? Like you bleed hood. I don't like that. I
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
you good. You pay your taxes. You care about your kids and your community. But maybe you might add a kid that ain't yours on your tax return. Just
Okay.
hood stuff.
Okay. I got you. I got
Maybe
you.
you
Yeah.
buy $100 in EBT for $50 in cash. Just a little sprinkle of
A
hood.
little bit of, a little bit of.
Just a little
Yeah, I
bit.
got you.
Just a little
I
bit
got
of
you.
hood. This whole ratchetness. So I can't. I tried to listen to Cardi's album. I didn't get past the second. So I was like, no, it's too much.
Okay.
It's too much. I'm
I respect
done
that.
here. I
I
will
respect
say
that, man.
this though. I think she made a big mistake getting
Ooh.
pregnant by
Hold on now.
dudes.
Hold on
I think
now.
she made a
Before we
big
continue,
mistake.
you know how
Good.
people are be like, you're in women's business.
Oh,
You're in women's business. That's what people would say.
yo, respectfully,
Okay.
mind you,
Okay.
respectfully,
Mhm.
they can kiss my hind parts. I don't care.
Okay. Why
I
not?
don't
Why
care.
is that?
Because
Why
you
is
know
that?
what? I'm gonna say this too. I hate when people, anytime you disagree with them about a public figure or something somebody in the public eye is doing, what
Mm.
they say. Why you care? Why are
Yeah.
you in their business?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nigga, they put their business on Front Street.
Hmm.
Ask me who Julia Roberts had sex with last week. I don't know. Julia
Okay.
Roberts could be out here completely sleeping with trees. She could have a three-way with an acacia tree and a ficus. I would never know it. I
Hmm.
would never know because she didn't come on the Breakfast Club and say she's a tree hugger in that way.
Okay.
But Cardi puts her business out there. So I'm going to
Mm.
talk about her business. It is what it is. It was a mistake having a child with this man. And the reason it's a mistake is
Mm.
because this man is a notorious womanizer.
Player.
I don't
Player.
know
Player.
how true it is, but from what I hear, he got somebody else pregnant at the same time. And
Oh.
this is the person
Oh.
which you choose to have a kid with and have a relationship with. You just got
Mm.
out of a toxic relationship, right? So you celebrate your 1 year, 2 years of being out of a toxic relationship by getting into another toxic relationship. What sense does that make, man? It makes no sense. A simple Google search will pull up a video on Diggs, right?
Okay.
Some years ago, somebody in the Minnesota Vikings locker room played reporter. And it went around to every member of
I
the
remember
Minnesota
that.
Vikings
I
team
remember that. Yeah. I
and
remember that.
asked
Yeah.
everybody in this football NFL locker room, who is one person out of all 52 people on this team who are all rich, famous, in good shape, and probably have no trouble getting women? All of these guys fit that criteria. Who is
Mhm.
one dude that you would not want dating your sister. To a man, every single member of the football team said Diggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
You
they
know
know.
how much of a
They know.
womanizer you gotta be
Mm.
to be the most, the
I don't want to say
biggest
womanizer, man,
womanizer
because I
in
would
a
say
group of womanizers, bro.
player.
Diggs. Diggs. It took 2 minutes of a Google search. But this is the man that you want to be linked to for the rest of your life because y'all linked now forever. You having a kid with him.
Yeah, that's true. That
Stupid
is
decision.
true. That is true.
And I'm gonna call it. I don't care if people don't like it. If
Okay.
it's stupid, I'm gonna call it stupid.
Okay. I'm gonna call it a blessing. Hope that the baby is, healthy, has all 10 toes and fingers, everything is working as it should be. That's first and foremost for me. Now, is it a bad decision to make this guy your baby daddy? Hey, she could have done worse. She could do better. Maybe this baby will, possibly change him to be a better man, but with his track record and the face,
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's
Right.
looking like that nigga gonna be a player until he's 105. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the outcome will be. I do know that it's peculiar, but we see it all the time where a woman may have, multiple baby daddies, one right after another. It happens. It fucking happens. Is it the best thing? No, because that's too many different flavors and too many different egos that you gotta, fight against. And, we're seeing what the digs that Future throws at Sierra and Russell with their child, and how on a surface level it appears that Russell is doing a really good job with Future's son, even
Side note, real quick
yeah,
though. I'm gonna
last
let you
name.
finish though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ain't this when she's supposed to get her Russell Wilson? Like I feel like you you date the future guy,
She's
you
trying to.
realize
She got
all the glitters ain't
pigs.
gold. You're supposed to learn from that, be better, and
Mhm.
now go get your like upstanding citizen guy.
Get a square,
Goes
right?
and gets digs, bro.
Get a square.
That square, whatever. A guy who would be a good father, who has a good track record of
Mhm.
being a good guy. Diggs is not that guy, bro.
Hey,
And this
hey.
is like is the evidence is there. It would be
Mhm.
different if Diggs was a person who was a civilian, a guy who wasn't in the public eye, who you couldn't really do a deep Google search on. But that's not who he is at all.
Okay.
This nigga, this
Okay.
nigga is the NFL version of Future. He's the NFL
Mm,
Future. That's exactly who he
mm,
is.
okay.
And
I
this
like
is a
that.
man who you
I
didn't
like
just
that.
have fun with, because people gonna have fun.
Oh
People gonna
yeah,
get together.
for sure. For
Drinks
sure.
is gonna flow. You're gonna do the adult thing.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Baby,
How?
having a kid is an intentional thing, bro.
Let
Ain't
me
no
see.
such thing as an accidental kid when you 30 plus.
All right. So Cardi B is 32 years old. Okay.
30 plus.
She's, deep within her career.
Mhm.
Stephon is 31, Offset is 32. Okay. So,
Mhm.
they're not they're not young spring chickens. Quite,
No.
they're still young, you know, and let's be real. Cardi B is, out here popping still. She's mega rich, mega social. Uh, she's a star in her own right. Hey, she can date, fuck whoever she wants to,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Absolutely
Absolutely.
right. It's just again, it's it's just from the outside looking in. When you got your NFL teammates, you got the world, you got the women. Like I still remember, I still remember these niggas is on a boat and he got these random girls calling him daddy. I don't know if that was staged. I don't know if that was a part of a orgy type of thing. But I'm like, okay, this nigga is player. And with players, they don't conform to monogamy like that. It takes him a long time to do anything with just one person. You know, will he change his ways from Cardi? It don't seem like it, but there is a hell's chance it possibly could happen. I don't see it, but hey, man, all I know is once that baby pops out, hey, he is going to be taken care of. Might be a future Hall of Famer. We'll see, man. But hey, more power to them too. But hey, man, it's just the wild world of the internet and just seeing people fall for let me hear you line. Like that is the ultimate fuckboy move, city boy move. Because hey,
Yo,
I use that back in my whole
yo,
days. I use that, and that when you say it
let me heal you. It's
with
crazy.
enough charm, enough empathy, you can bag them.
She was
You can
like,
bag
"Yes,
them.
lie to me,
It
daddy. I love
happens.
it.
It happens when you when you when
Lie
you
to
really
me."
lay it on thick, man. Hey, man, allow me to help you.
Listen, man,
Let me
I
show you.
hope she has a good pregnancy. Definitely hope the
Yes,
kid gets
yes,
here, safe and sound. We all want that. But I will
yeah.
say this, I do not like this notion that people have that just because you're rich means like you're bringing a kid into the best situation. Like that's completely false. And I've heard people say that. I'm like, yeah, she's rich, he's rich, but that doesn't mean you're bringing a kid into the right situation, man. It's like rich don't fix stupid, and it's a look. It is what it is. It's a stupid decision to get pregnant by this guy who has this track record. Number
Mm,
one, but then number two, your divorce ain't even finalized yet, and you starting a whole other family with. It
ooh,
would seem like the
happens,
more
man.
prudent choice would be to let me actually finalize my divorce. Let me know this guy Trayvon Diggs for more than what 7 months, 8 months
Hey, man,
before I have a child with
they're in love,
somebody.
man. They're in love,
Can't
man.
act like having a child is like buying a car. It's not. You might have that car for a couple of years.
Mhm.
A child is forever, and you
Yeah,
choose
man.
to make a child with this person. Like
Yeah,
it's
man.
it's a it's a dumb decision. It is what it is, man. But
Mhm.
what else we got?
Hey, I think the biggest piece of news, man. Excuse me. The government is moving like a mob boss from Goodfellas, The Godfather, Casino.
They've been a mob though. I
Ooh,
think
but I
people just
mean,
catching on to it. They've
I
been a
mean,
mob.
yo, it is more flagrant now. So they kind of catch people up, right? So Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Love him, hate him, advocate for him, dismiss him for what he deems as free speech or hate speech. The man got assassinated in front of mad people. Terrible, horrible, should not be done for speaking, right? It has happened to us for Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. You know, they're advocating for peace. They're trying to dismiss injustices. They get gunned down, right? Should not get killed for the words that you speak. People that are not famous going online talking about his death, people that are saying, either they're for his killing or they're saying like, yo, how can the government uplift him for the things that he have said against Jewish people, people of color, homeless people, things like that. And what happened recently was Jimmy Kimmel went on, how he does late night talk show, does his monologue, talks about, the killing of Kirk. But Mr. Big T Trump, the way that he talked about it during an interview, he doesn't even spend like a second acknowledging how terrible it is. What he does is to go on and talk about the renovations of the White House. So Jimmy Kimmel said, "Hey, he has the empathy of a 4-year-old, you know." And because of that, some of the, I guess, bigger stations or bigger sponsor was like, "Yo, we don't like that. We're going to drop him." And if you drop him, ABC, you're the parent company, has to suspend him indefinitely for what he said about Kirk. Again, he did not demean the killing of Kirk. He was criticizing Donald Trump. So at this point now, he has no job. I don't know if he's getting paid or not, but hey, he's been on for like 10 years. But he didn't really do shit. He didn't really go in like everybody else is doing online or from other comedians. You know what I'm saying? It is pale in comparison. But it's so much. So apparently, I forgot the names of the companies involved. There's supposed to be a merger from these media companies, and they're in bed with the government and the FCC. So in order to appease this merger, any type of bad talk about the government within those companies has to be silenced in order for this shit to go through. Why? Because niggas is getting paid like $6.2 billion. So
Hmm.
when it comes down to it, it's about money. So it's not really in the interest of Kirk. It's more about, yo, we try to make some money. We want to be, casual on all ends. And anybody that talks about this person, whatever the case may be, me being Trump, they got to go so we can get this money. And now we're seeing the turnout of what is affecting free speech. My brother, my cohort, men at arms, what do you got to say?
Free speech does not mean free of consequences of your speech.
True, true.
I don't think that he should have been fired or put on leave for what he said. I think he is a comedian that
Yes.
made a joke. This
Mhm.
is no different than what Jay Leno used to do. This is no different than what was the Tonight Show guy, the original guy, Johnny Carson
Letterman,
used to do back in the day, Letterman.
Seth
So
Meyers, Fallon, Steve Colbert.
comedians have always had some type of discourse about politics, man.
Of
You
course,
know,
all the time.
sometimes they love the left, sometimes they love the right. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Here's the thing though, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Anytime that money is at stake, the head of the company is going to choose the option that brings them the most money.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of them having creatives make TV shows and make music and make movies is to bring in money to the studio. So if one of the creatives does something that could potentially cost
Mhm.
them money, they're not going to stand on the hill and be like, I don't care what you say. I don't care if it costs this company $10 billion. We're going to stand up for your right to say whatever. That's never going to happen, man.
Nah,
It's never gonna happen, man.
nah.
That's not the purpose of business. The whole purpose of business is to make money, And why I don't
Mhm.
like it, because I actually like it's funny. Jimmy Kimmel is one of these people who I like now, but for whatever reason, when I was younger, I didn't like Jimmy Kimmel. Maybe it was just being younger. I didn't understand his comedy. I didn't understand. It was like he had those really satirical jokes, kind of like dry humor.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
yeah.
going over my head, but I like him now. I'm sure
Remember the
he'll
Man
either
Show?
land on his feet with ABC or get a deal with Comedy Central or something. Like I'm sure he'll be fine.
Mhm.
But it is what it is, man. Again, free speech ain't free. You can say whatever you want to say, but you can't control how other people take what you want to say. I will
True.
say this though, touching on the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Mhm.
Somebody said it, and it was such an eloquent way that they put it, but I'll summarize it. They was like, I'm not going to celebrate his death,
Right.
but I'm also not going to mourn for him. Not going to mourn for him because I didn't know him. And also, I didn't agree with the things that he said. But at the same time, I'm not going to celebrate his death. I think both of those things are, you know, it is what it is. But I will say this to anybody who is mourning Charlie Kirk, anybody who's made 5, 10 social media posts about how much they miss Charlie Kirk in this past 2 weeks. I bet if I come by your page, if I happen by your page, I better see at least one post about the brother who committed quote unquote suicide on that campus in Mississippi.
Right.
And I say quote unquote suicide because the medical examiner in the case has ruled it a suicide. Let me tell you how the brother died for those of you who don't know. He was hung from a tree with a noose around his neck. Now, I'm no expert in ways to off yourself, but I would think offing yourself in a manner that causes you to have to make 3 trips to the Home Depot and 1 to Lowe's just to be able to get the equipment that you need. You're going to need the rope. You're going to have to learn how to tie a noose. You're going to need a ladder. You're probably going to have to go back to the hardware store because the first ladder that you bought wasn't long enough. That's what she said. So you got to go back and then you got to get another ladder just to put the noose around your neck, climb up the ladder, tie the noose on a branch, and then kick the ladder out from under you to hang yourself.
Right.
There's other ways to unalive yourself, man. They take a lot less effort. There's no way this boy committed suicide. But yet, even though this act happened on a campus in 2025, there's no video. You can't even jaywalk without having video. Your face on 15 different cameras.
There you go.
What happened to that boy that night, there's no footage of it. Miraculously. It's a cover-up. It's an obvious cover-up. This boy did not commit suicide. Somebody murdered him. The facts are all there. It's not really getting a whole lot of national attention, but I need to see at least, if you mourning Charlie Kirk, I need to see at least one post about this brother who quote unquote committed suicide. Or else I'm looking at you funny. Because it seems like when it's us, they quiet. They quiet.
All
But
the
when it's
time,
a
man.
popular one
All
of
the
them,
time. Yeah.
oh, it's oh my God. Our freedoms are under attack. Oh my God. Like, what is happening to our country? Justice for Charlie Kirk. Okay. Cool. I think the person who shot Charlie Kirk is in custody, last I checked. That sounds like justice. He gonna have his day in court.
Of course. Yeah.
What about the brother who was hung by a tree? Hung from a tree. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Again, I don't advocate for what he has talked about, and there's just so many people that say hey, they're saying like, hey, he is his if you watch his entire videos about free speech or what it says about black women don't have like the brain power to do X, Y, and Z, like it's taken out of context. Like, I don't believe none of that shit that you're talking about. And I have the right to say that. I ain't going to advocate for the man's death because from what I heard, his kids were there. And to be killed in front of your kids, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I'm not going to mourn for him, and I'm quite sure he won't mourn for any one of us because of how he feels about black people.
The same way that he didn't mourn for George Floyd, because apparently George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose. It wasn't the fact that a police officer had all of his weight on the man's neck for almost 9 minutes. It wasn't that at all.
Yeah, because he was an
overdose.
ex-con, there's no sympathy for him, but it don't matter what I did in the past. What did I do currently for somebody to kill me? Cops are not the judge, the jury, and the executioner. They are there to uphold the law. And if you get out of line, you get arrested, and then you let the courts do their thing. You don't kill somebody before that happens. Period. Period. Right. But back to Kimmel and free speech, and you're right. Free speech doesn't allow anyone to not suffer the consequences of what they say. Hate speech. That's a big part of it. Like, that's not allowed. That's a no-no, right? It's just crazy to me that the government is doing services from a person that is not a politician. He hasn't created any laws or got anything to legislator. He is a podcaster. He's a pundit. He's an anchor. They ain't do this for the congresswoman who was a Democrat, or what they would say, she was on the left. She got assassinated in her home. And then what killed me, right? A reporter asked Trump about this. Like, how come you didn't lower the flag half mast in honor of, I forgot the young lady's name. And then he said out of his mouth, who was that? Oh, I would have done it if somebody would have asked me to. Like, if the governor would have called me, I would have lowered the flag for her, but I wasn't told about that. I'm like, this is who y'all niggas voted for.
This is the president, mind you.
But
leader of the whole
this
free
is the
world.
President. This is the president. This is our president. That's why, people give Obama flack. But the one thing you got from Obama and previous presidents was diplomacy. We have lost that. Diplomacy, courtesy, empathy is gone. That shit don't matter unless they want it to matter, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now, to me, it feels like the government is saying, like, yo, anything I say against Big T, you're out of here. And that's crazy. Like, who's next? At this point, dog, who's next?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It is what it is. I think partisan politics, I was going back and forth, and like I've had to limit myself to 2 responses a day because I could go back. There's so much stupidity on social media. And I'll be feeling like I'm the only person that got any sense. So I'll be having to school people sometimes. But I'm like, oh my God, nigga, it's too much stupidity for you to combat. Like, you can't combat it all. You gotta let some stupidity slide, right? That this dude was talking about Charlie Kirk, and he had said something. It was in fact what it was a post, it was something somewhat racist that Charlie Kirk had said. And the guy in the comments was like, no, that's not what Charlie Kirk meant. He actually meant this. And the only reason I responded to his comment is because it was a brother. And I was like, okay, let me help this young man out. And I was like, okay, what he was saying was actually racist. It was just veiled racism, which is how racism by and large looks like in 2025. It's not 1900. It's not a whole bunch of KKK members riding around stringing up niggers. Like, that still happens, unfortunately, but that's not how most racism is. Most racism now is covert. You know what I'm saying? It's not overt, it's covert. And I was like, okay, so this is what Charlie Kirk said, but this is what his base, his racist base, is actually hearing when he says that. It's called a dog whistle. He said it in a way that only people who think a certain way would be able to hear it. The same way you blow a dog whistle and people can't hear it. Dogs can hear it, and other animals that got real sensitive hearing. And I broke it down for him. And he was like, man, brother, you lost. You all on the Democrats. What have the Democrats done for America? Why do you vote Democrat all the time? This is what I told him though. I was like, yo, it's really gonna blow your mind when you find out that I'm actually nonpartisan. Nigga, I don't believe in the Democrats or the Republicans. It's just two sides of the same coin, bro. Like,
hmm
One is overt racism in your face. The other is we racist, but we're going to give you whatever you want, or at least tell you the things that you want to hear, the things that are going to tickle your ears. We're going to say your neighborhood is going to look different. We're going to say schooling is going to be better. We're going to say we're going to help you and give you more. But
hmm
really, when you look at it, they're not doing anything other than just blowing wind up your butt. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I look at it like this, I've been a homeowner for decades. My neighborhood looked a certain way when George Bush was in office. It looked the same way when Obama got in office twice. Voted for him twice
hmm
though. Black for real. Uh, Trump won. Neighborhood still looked the same. Biden won. His administration goes by. Neighborhood still looks the same. I still see shootings in Portsmouth. I still see shootings in Norfolk. I still see kids not being able to read at their grade level. Like nothing has changed in my neighborhood. So I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, bro, because I see through what they're saying. The moment,
Same.
the moment I wish that I could be the age I am now when Biden was running for the first time, because no way he would have got my vote. This
hmm
nigga went on the Breakfast Club and said, if you don't vote for me, you not black.
Yeah,
This
that happened.
old white man challenged my blackness. I would have not voted him off the Not only would I have not voted for him, I would encourage everybody else to not vote for him either.
hmm
You know, if I had the mind I had now 4 or 5 years ago when he ran, but I didn't. It is what it is. But it's like I'm telling you, man, it's two sides to the same coin, man. The same Joe Biden who won, everybody loved when he first came into office, the same Joe Biden that everybody really couldn't stand by the end of his term. And also the same dude who was like the author of the crime bill that sent millions and millions of black men to prison in the early 90s. You know, some of them didn't deserve to be there. Same dude. Democrats, Republicans, two sides of the same coin to me, bro.
Yeah, man. It's all sad. It's all fucked up. I kind of wish there was a real life Wakanda out there because I would pack our shit up so quick. Like, all right, y'all, we going to Wakanda. Fuck all this shit. I want to go
Bro,
to the motherland where, where, where Black Panther and them and be cool. Get away from all this bullshit. I would do that shit right now. You know what I'm
the
saying?
only
So,
reason I haven't done that and just went to Africa is because I feel like America owes my ancestors. I feel like
mm,
America screwed over my ancestors. Now I
mhm,
gotta get something from America. That's
I
the
got
only
you.
reason I'm still here. You
I
gonna
got you.
pay me because you ain't pay my grandmama. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
It
you know
is
what,
what it
too,
is.
man? And all right, y'all, this is my probably my last time being deep or being quote unquote woke, right?
How many times did we do it? Have we done air quotes in this episode?
Whew,
The air
boy,
quotes episode.
boy, man. I want to say the world has done a great job. Not great, not great. A phenomenal job of painting black people as being dangerous, as being stupid, as being low educated, as being disruptors, right? Anywhere you go around the world, you're going to have people, either call you a nigger out of their mouths in their own
Hard
language.
ER.
And then it'd be funny when I see like these um, just talk back in the language like, what did you say? Say it again. You say that, that proves that you have no education. Here I am, minding my own business, and you want to call me that, right? Number one. And even our own people, it's sad that we do the most damage to ourselves, and the rest of the world are like, you see, this is how they act. They act just like that, even though we're not a monolith, right? But people treat us as if we're all the same. We all act the same, and the ones that rise above the bullshit, oh, they're token. They're DEI hires. They don't deserve to be where they're at because of what they look like. The world has done a great job as painting us as less than what we are. And it's crazy. That's why, again, if I can create Wakanda today with a snap of my finger with the gems on my gauntlet, nigga, I would do that shit.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
All right, y'all. That's it. That's it. Enough of my
all right,
wokeness.
rant over. Look,
I
it will get off
I
our
don't like being
soapboxes.
woke
You
at
know what I'm
all.
saying? Get
You
off the
know,
soapboxes.
I don't like being woke. But yeah, man, that's all I got. You know, I guess the last fun thing I can kind of uh give to y'all. So you know, we are the Geek Salad crew. You know, we talk about everything in between from, you know, geek shit, politics, music, everything, right? So apparently, Disney, who we know some people are trying to boycott because of what is going on right now in the landscape, they have a Marvel zombie show coming out. Now, in the show, which is rated MA, which means for mature audience, they have Blade Knight in the movie. I guess it's a mix of Moon Knight and Blade, right? But the voice of Blade Knight is not Mahershala Ali. So once again, we have a character that is a Blade character, but we do not have a Blade movie. Nigga, Blade is done. It's done. It ain't
Oh
going
yeah, it's
nowhere.
done. It's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, bro. It's not.
It's
I
a
didn't, I
wrap,
didn't
man.
gave up on that,
It's a
man.
wrap,
Like
man.
you had a dope character, you had a dope actor lined up who was excited
Yes.
to play the character,
Yes.
but y'all
Mhm.
couldn't. Like, come on, bro. Real shit. You might as at this point, you might as well just get Wesley Snipes. Let him do a Blade. Let him do another Blade. I
That's
mean,
it.
with AI and CGI doing what it is, like you can make him still kind of look, or even keep him as a 60-something-year-old man, and maybe
Right.
he's a little slowed down. You know, it kind of can
Mhm.
be like the Batman, the version of Batman. What was it? Was it Dark Knight Returns? The old Batman, where Batman was older and he won't playing with criminals no more. He was like
That
he
was
won't
like,
killing them, but he
yeah,
was
yeah,
beating
yeah,
them to
yeah,
within
yeah.
an inch of their life. Like what was it? I think it was Frank. Was it Frank Miller who wrote it?
Yeah, yeah. Frank Miller's
Yeah. So
night.
that
Yep.
version of Batman was like a Batman that was older.
Mhm.
Blade, if he's not
Yeah.
immortal, he's somewhat immortal. So you have to have a reason why he's now older. You know, maybe his human side is
Right.
kicked in, or it's a result of him taking this serum that he takes all the
Serum.
time. So now he's
Mhm.
older, and he gotta come back one more time to defeat one more villain.
One last mission.
You know, one last mission, kind of like the
Right.
old man Logan thing too. You know,
I
get it
was
out.
I
Look,
was gonna
take my
say that.
money. I will watch that. This
Hmm.
Wesley Snipes. It's an
Yep.
iconic character. I would go see that. But
Yep.
Marvel is doing whatever Marvel likes to do. So whatever.
Look, right after, before Marvel used to have a movie come out at least like one movie per quarter, right?
Yeah.
Their next movie coming out after Fantastic Four won't be until, I want to say, mid next year. We got normal movies coming out for the rest of the year for Marvel,
Yeah.
which is wild because at some point we would get at least 4 or 5 movies, maybe even 6 per year from Marvel. So they got to like scale down. DC, James Gunn is doing a great job with DC. Peacemaker, dope ass show. Superman did great. I just watched that yesterday on HBO Max. You know what I'm saying?
Superman is on HBO Max now.
Yes, nigga.
When did it come to? When did it get?
Friday.
What? Did not know that. Thank you for telling. I'm about to go watch it again.
Yo,
I saw it
I,
twice in the movies. You know, it's rare for me. I have to really like a
yeah.
movie to see it twice. I saw
Mhm.
Superman twice.
I showed it to my lady. She was like, I don't understand this. If I'm watching this, I would walk out of the theater. I'm like,
Like, stop.
okay, okay,
Like,
I get it. You
stop the
only like
count.
Thor and Spider-Man and Captain America and Iron
Yeah.
Man. I get it. You won't like the gods and monsters motif that DC gives us. I get it. Understand. But yeah, man, that's out. The boys, Gen Z is out. That man, still good. Still good. You know what I'm saying? So we still got good shit out, but Marvel is trying to play keep up at this point, or just give us quality that they used to give us back when they was on fire. But we'll
Yeah.
see how it ends up.
Yeah, man, we gonna see, man. We gonna see.
Hmm.
But
But
I
that's
want to
it for
thank
me, man.
everybody for watching this episode of the Geek Salad podcast. Let us know in the
Sure.
comments like what movies you're looking forward to.
Mhm.
And also, how do you feel about Jimmy Kimmel getting let go because of his freedom of speech? You know, should he been let go? Should he not been let go?
Mhm.
Let us know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Arye the King.
I'm Big G the Bearded One.
Y'all be safe out there.
Peace.
Good show, bro. Good show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this clipped up. With Opus Clip now, you can like just take straight from the YouTube. So you only
Oh,
gotta
really?
upload the
Oh,
upload the
shit.
joint.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Bet. Because now also too with Spotify, I was just looking at it when, whenever we upload this episode,
Yeah.
we could take clips and put it on Spotify.
Mhm.
So then that way, whenever you put a Spotify on a podcast, you can see like clips of the show, and then it will have like a link that goes to the podcast. So there you go.
Oh, that's dope, man. All right,
Yeah,
bro,
so
man. I'm about to go catch these Cowboys, man. They probably about to lose, but it is what it is.
yeah, by watching some of these games too, man. But I'll let you
All
know
right,
once this is
man.
done, man.
All right.
All
Peace.
right.